Hello there and welcome to part 7 of my 100-day drawing challenge for 2019. Today I'm going to be going through prompts 42 to 48. This week's prompts were Halloween prompts. I unfortunately couldn't get this video uploaded before Halloween because obviously I had to draw the prompts on and after Halloween because of the way the week was set up, but also because of the way that I schedule these videos. I've ended up recording this after Halloween, so unfortunately this couldn't be uploaded a little closer to the date, but I hope that you'll still enjoy these prompts anyway. Prompt number 42 was autumn leaves, so not quite a Halloween prompt yet, but a very autumny prompt. I wanted to do something a little different from the autumn prompt that we had not that long ago. It seems a little bit silly in hindsight to have autumn and then autumn leaves so close together in the list. But the autumn prompt was part of the 4 seasons that I did in the last video. So this one I wanted to be kind of separate from that. I decided to go with a pretty simple character, but I wanted to do a dress made of leaves. So I did a little bit of a scene with this one. I did a patch of ground underneath the character just to add a little bit of a background to it, and then drew this cute pretty simple character with this dress made of leaves. And then I decided to stick with a really autumn-ish colour palette. I stuck to oranges and reds and a little bit of green and browns. I wanted this to be a little bit more brown than my other autumn prompt because that one was a lot of orange. So I stuck with sort of oranges and browns and reds. I decided I wanted to colour the dress in a kind of gradient, going from green to sort of a yellow and then orange and then a different shade of orange and then a brown, just to kind of show the leaves aging and changing colour, which is what I think of when I think of the autumn leaves prompt. Overall, I think this one's pretty cute. It is really simple and again not the absolute best prompt that I've done, but I think it works pretty well for the prompt, and I really like it. I think it's cute. Prompt number 43 was vampire. So I wanted to do something a little bit different from last year, so I decided to go with a cute vampire character design. I didn't really want to go with the same kind of thing as last year. I stuck with a pretty similar colour palette because I think these are the colours that really pop into my mind when I think of vampire. I gave her kind of dark, straight hair and this red dress in like a really deep red with some brighter red sort of details, and then loads of roses sort of around. She has one in her hair and then there are a lot around the background. I don't know why when I think of vampire I think of roses, but I do, so that's what I stuck with. And then I decided to try my best at decorating the background a little bit by making it a sort of frame, almost like a picture frame. It didn't work out too good because I'm not fantastic at making things like symmetrical. I'm much better at sort of freehanding things than I am at things that are supposed to be really neat and structured, so it didn't turn out great. I also stupidly decided that I wanted it to be at kind of an angle, like a bit of perspective on it, but it just makes it look even wonkier, to be honest, so I'm not super happy with the background and the way that it's decorated, but I think that the character is really cute. I really like this character design. So yeah, I'm kind of disappointed that this one ended up kind of wonky because I think the character design is cute, but I think it works for the vampire prompt. Prompt number 44 was ghosts. I decided to take inspiration from my ghosts prompt from last year, but change it up a little bit and make it a little bit different. I was kind of struggling with this one, thinking of an idea and kind of a unique idea and sort of how to make it kind of cute as well, because I like to draw cute prompts for these. I didn't want to do anything too genuinely spooky for my Halloween prompts just because that's not really my art style. I don't really know how to pull off actual creepy stuff, so I decided to make them all kind of cute and put a cute spin on it. So what I ended up deciding for ghosts is to draw this character that's like maybe searching for ghosts possibly, but they're holding up a lantern, and then the circle that I did for the background was supposed to represent the lantern light kind of spreading out around the character, and then behind that in the background are the actual little ghosty characters in the darkness behind. So I thought that this would be really cute. I tried my best to play around with the lighting of the character and drawing them kind of illuminated by this very yellow lantern light. I haven't really had an opportunity to experiment too much with lighting and stuff like that in these prompts, just because there's kind of a little bit of pressure that I put on myself to make them good the first time around, because I'm drawing every day and I have a new prompt every day. I don't really have time or resources to redo a prompt if it goes wrong, so I've stayed very in my comfort zone in terms of colouring throughout this whole challenge. So this was my first time actually experimenting with doing a different kind of lighting, and I still played it pretty safe, and I think it turned out okay. It was kind of fun to experiment with the light and stuff. I'd love to attempt to do more experiments with lighting and slightly more complicated stuff in the future, but I'm kind of scared to do it now in this challenge, so that's definitely something I'm going to be looking at as soon as this challenge is over. But yeah, to finish this one off, I just coloured the little ghosts with some sparkly pens to make them kind of sparkly and cute, and then gave them these cute little faces with fine liner in the end. I think it turned out really cute and kind of interesting. Prompt number 45 was Pumpkin Queen. This one is one of my favourites. I really like it. It was also one of my favourites from last year, so I kind of stuck with the same sort of character design as last year, because that was one of my favourite drawings from the whole challenge last year, so I really wanted to do it justice and kind of improve upon it this year. I did a little bit less of a full scene on the page than last year, but I kept it kind of simple. I did a circle in the background to kind of frame the character, and then did do a couple of pumpkins at the bottom. I gave her a slightly different pose and stuff to last year, just because I wanted to make it a little bit more concise and simple, and sort of, I think it's more effective that way. I also did change her character design a little bit from last year. I made the silhouette of the dress slightly different on the skirt part, just to give it a bit more interest. I kept the sleeves pretty much the same and the top part the same. I also gave her a crown, because it is supposed to be Pumpkin Queen, so I guess I wanted to give her a crown to indicate that she was some sort of queenish character. I really like this one. I stuck with pretty much just orange for the colour scheme. Even in the skin, I shaded a little bit with a sort of peachy tone, gave her some orange over her eyes. I think I did that with pencil in the end, so you might not be seeing that yet, but I stuck with predominantly orange for this. Tried to use different tones of orange for the different portions of the image. Like I said, I used a kind of peachy colour for the skin tone, and also a kind of tan colour to mix with that, just to make it a bit more like a real skin tone. And then used my brightest orange for the majority of her outfits. It's my absolute favourite shade of orange. The pen is called Pumpkin as well, very fittingly. And then I used some brighter and darker oranges for the other elements, and then a colour called Ginger for the hair, which again I thought was appropriate, and also it is the best colour in my opinion for a hair tone. And then I added some little green elements just to make it pop a little bit, and also finish off the little stalks of the pumpkins. And then I used a pale green for the circle in the background. I stuck with the green eyelashes again this year like I did last year, because I thought it was such a cute idea. I really like how this turned out overall. I think it's really cute. It turned out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. Prompt number 46 was eyeballs, and this is another one that I really like this year. Last year I did something really weird. I didn't really know what I was going for. And then this year when I looked at this prompt again, I thought, okay, I need to do something different. What do I think of when I think of eyeballs? And to be honest, I stuck with a kind of J-fashion inspired thing. So this is quite heavily inspired by like creepy cute styles and pastel goth and stuff like that. But yeah, I think this is so cute. So I did a character whose face is an eyeball. I thought it would be appropriate for the eyeball prompt, and then I dressed her in the really cute little skirt that has an eyeball pattern all over it. I also really love the colour scheme that I went with for this. I decided to go with a really bright pink. I think the colour is called cerise, and then a sort of lilac colour with it, and then a bright lime green for the actual eyeballs, or like the irises of the eyeballs. I think this is really cute. I kept it pretty simple. I kept the pose really simple. I decided after I'd coloured the dress pink that I wanted it to be stripy with black stripes, because I really wanted to add that pastel goth kind of aesthetic in there with the pink and black. But that was in hindsight kind of a mistake, because I drew this traditionally with, you know, an actual pen by hand. It was kind of difficult to add the lines onto the dress and make them really neat. I got a couple of lines in and was like, oh no. I have to try and line this whole thing and it has to try and be neat. I made a couple of mistakes here and there, but it ended up not looking too bad, thank goodness. But yeah, I really like this one. I did kind of a simple pattern in the background, just to add a little bit of interest back there, and then coloured the circle in the background with lavender. And overall, I think this one is really cute. I just really like how it turned out. Prompt number 47 was Halloween, so this one was actually drawn on Halloween. And this is maybe my least favourite from the week, unfortunately. It's not terrible, but I don't love it. I decided to go with a similar idea to last year. Like, I've been drawing all these like kind of monstery, creepy, cute things, so I decided to go with a very realistic sort of Halloween with just a child who's dressed up and enjoying themselves. I gave them a little bucket of sweets, because that's what I always think of on Halloween, and then stuck with really sort of classic Halloween colours in the end. I went with black, orange, purple. I have a really good purple for this that I coloured the circle in the background with. I kept it pretty simple. I did some cute little bats in the background. I think they look really cute. I did a little banner at the top. Yeah, this one's really simple. It's not too overcomplicated or anything. It's simple, it's cute, and I think it represents Halloween pretty well. I could have done something a lot better in hindsight, but I guess I just wasn't feeling particularly artistic on Halloween. I still think it turned out cute. I just think that the artwork could have been to a better standard. Unfortunately, it happens sometimes. I guess that's what I get for doing so well on the Pumpkin Queen prompt and the Eyeballs prompt. We have a not very good one to follow, but oh well, I still think it's cute. And the last prompt for this week is prompt number 48, Pose Studies. So Halloween was over at this point. We're on to a new kind of section of prompts. I thought I'd finish it out with some pose studies. So this one isn't even a completed illustration, it's just some practice. But honestly, it was a really welcome break because I'd had a very busy week. So it was really cool to just relax and do some really messy sketches and just practice some poses and some anatomy and stuff. I actually really enjoy practicing anatomy and things. I know it's something that quite a lot of people out there say is their biggest struggle with art, but it's something that I really enjoy. I'm not saying I'm good at it necessarily, but I do really enjoy practicing anatomy and practicing poses and stuff. I am a really messy sketcher, so you're gonna see some really messy, sketchy lines, but I had a lot of fun. It was really relaxing to just sit and copy some photographs. Oh yeah, I just basically Googled some reference images and some pose images and stuff like that and copied a few of them. I also copied some of my own photographs. I don't remember where exactly most of these are from. I was just scrolling through Google and mixing different things together and sketching stuff out just for some practice. So yeah, it was a really nice welcome break to the end of a busy week, to just sit and do some pose studies and just sketch out some people and have a fun time with it. So that's really all I have to say about this one. So that's all of the prompts for this week. I hope you enjoyed the Halloween prompts. I had a lot of fun drawing them. I am kind of gutted that I wasn't able to get this video uploaded sooner. It would have been really cool if I was able to upload this on Halloween, but it wasn't really possible. But I hope you enjoyed the creepy, cute Halloween prompts anyway. And that's all for this video. Goodbye.